So here we have the graph of g of x, and they want us to sketch the image graph after a reflection in the y-axis. So again, here I'm thinking about it. I have my y-axis. I'm flipping something over the y-axis. That's horizontal, and so that's going to affect your x coordinates. So right away, I'm just thinking y equals f of negative x. Or sorry, this function is g. Make that into g. G of negative x. So the negative would be inside. Now, if each of my x coordinates is getting flipped, well, here I have the point 5, 2. And if my x coordinate gets multiplied by a negative, that point is going to change over to negative 5, 2. If we do this point, it'll go to over here. This point will go over to there, and this one will get flipped over to there. And we can connect all those lines in the end, and we can see that the red graph has been flipped over the y-axis to get the blue graph. If we wanted to label the blue graph here, we would label this one as g of negative x. We want to state the domain and range of both of these. This time I'll use interval notation. So with interval notation, we start with the smallest value. Domain is our x values. The smallest x value is negative 3, and that value is included, so we use a square bracket. And the largest x value is 5, and that value is included. For our range, our smallest y value is negative 2, and our largest y value is positive 2. For our blue graph, for our domain, now our smallest x value is negative 5, and our largest x value is 3, and our range didn't change. So like I said before, sometimes you're going to get questions like this where you have the graph, you can draw the graph, and you can see your domain and range from that. Sometimes you're going to be given questions where the graph isn't there. They tell you the original domain and range. Could you go from here to here if they told you it was a reflection over the y-axis? Okay? Can you see that a reflection over the y-axis, all that's happening is x is getting multiplied by a negative 1. So negative 3 became 3. Your smallest value became your largest value. And 5 became negative 5. And so we can see how we could go from our domain if we weren't given the graph. Can you see that your range didn't change? Because what this means is only the x values are getting multiplied. Your y values are all staying the same. Okay, the questions for this one are 3 and 13.